Okay, Cosmos, you know what we're back for. It's that time of day. It's that time of the week. Saturday is on its way. As you see in the title, it's time to talk about Extreme Rules, and it's time to talk about the build up, the stories. What story? But yeah, it's time to talk about everything surrounding going into Extreme Rules this weekend. And you pretty much, if you've been here for a little while, you should already know what I'm about to say. So, it's not. I said I'm not. I'm always gonna have the unpopular opinion. It's time to have the unpopular opinion once again. But it seemed like a lot of you though still like the fact that I still spoke up on it about it, even though it might have been misinterpreted from like the picture and the title, but it seems like it's still a bunch of you still enjoy what I've been saying or ripping Triple H's decisions, and it's just his awful book when it comes to his booking of things and the way he's running WWE. You gotta understand, I'm not doing that. When I do this, it's not like, yeah, it's fun sort of times. Like it is fun to rip and just like straight up talk shit when it comes to it's like whatever you're talking about, or just like whatever wrestling, the current state of wrestling as a whole. But like the angle, like I'm not, the thing is, like I'm not here for that. I'm not. That's not my intentions. In the way I sound, because like it's just how humans tend to word things, and they and just how sensitivity. Of course, the motto that is today, and how how much of a snowflakes that people are today, and how they like to word things. That's not my goal to just be here to just shit talk and just like come on here and for sport and tear down and completely just berate when I get a chance. Like I said, I enjoy that. I do enjoy that, but it's just you know the goal is to make sure we get, as I said, like before, the last week, you know, like we all want to see WWE succeed. We want to see wrestling go back to that place in time where we all can enjoy it. We want to all enjoy wrestling. Whether it's AEW or WWE. Like even though the disdain and the hatred, or just like as much as I don't like AEW or Tony Khan, we still want to see wrestling succeed at the end of it, because we're all an admirer. We all love. We all, whether however long, if you grew up with wrestling and you just started watching wrestling, we all love wrestling, and that's the goal for me. I'm not just here just to make it a routine, to just like a part of a skit. No, it's not. It's not. Even though I like that. Like I said, it's not. That's not a thing for me. It's not entertainment for me. I've loved wrestling. I've always watched wrestling. I grew up a part of it, and wrestling will always be a big part of a part of me, and just in general of just being a part of the name. And WWE will always be responsible for my love of wrestling, and just me being a child. So, but I want to talk about Extreme Rules, and just, or whether Triple H, or how Extreme Rules has been done. And I mean, I've been excited when it comes to the card. I could definitely, if like the Brawling Brutes, Sheamus and Brutes, and against the Imperium, Gunther and Imperium, I could say I like that going forward into Extreme Rules. Even yeah, Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle, I can say I'm excited for that. I'll really be keeping my eyes on that. And but the match I'm really looking forward to is, yeah, the match I'm really looking forward to watching is because I kind of want to see Bianca and Bailey again. But yeah, those are like only like the few things that I'm really going into Extreme Rules, in which I just, if I really want to go out there and just say I want to watch. Those are like the very few things. The rest are just really just, especially just the overall, the hype and the story going into them is just, yeah, they don't beg me, they don't desperately tell me to want to go out of my way to want to just like tune in and wait to see and just overall be excited for the matches. Like I said, the overall, it's been 2 months. Triple H, since Triple H took in charge. It's been 2 months since he's held the helm, and it's like, I can say like it's kind of been that way also, of course, because he's also just obsessed with the idea, just like his obsession with Daredevil indie midgets. He's just kind of it's like he's just attempting to want to go out and trying to take the indie turn WWE into just a big indie circus, and he's trying to make the indie wrestlers appeal to a wider audience. And I mean, that can work. I'm not, like I said, even though I don't like it, but it can work if they have a character. If they have some sort of like a certain action, or what, and whatever they do, kind of like what the Acclaimed is what's going on for them right now. I could definitely say that they're probably like, yeah, one of the most the biggest acts, most over thing that's in wrestling right now, if not Roman Reigns. But yeah, they really got a thing going for them right there. And yeah, even though I just the whole thing might be a little sus, but yeah, I like that. Scissor Me Daddy, that thing is good. It's funny, and it's catchy, and yeah, it's just overall just like straight up hilarious. People like that. People like the whole Scissor Me Daddy thing. What honestly can anybody say is over in WWE right now besides Roman Reigns? Like, who seriously is over right now in the WWE overall? And I don't think anybody could. I don't think anybody could really bring up if anybody that's truly. I mean, like kinda. That's individually too. I mean, obviously you have your sort of stars like Seth Rollins and like Matt Riddle, because they're kind of they're kind of over, but nobody is really onto a thing is really that's over. That's still like especially from an entertainment aspect, and that's why still, like I've said before, also, as soon as football season started right back up, and basketball season is coming up too, even if whoever in a new direction, that's why nobody still cares about WWE, because like I said, like people care. That's why the whole thing where AEW has their temporary shot of adrenaline, their 1 million shot. They got that going on right now. People didn't tune in to watch AEW for AEW. They tune in to because they wanted to see that drama. They wanted to see what was going to happen regarding it to the show. Like I said, it's a shame also because you had this sort of thing where MJF, the drama overshadowed MJF's return, and because that's kind of what AEW, because they started that, but I'm not trying to get into that right now. But yeah, it's like that's why nobody really still cares about WWE. I said because this nothing is still. It's still the same, or it doesn't matter who's in charge. Going into Extreme Rules, what hype? No hype going into the event. I said millions would rather watch something else, or they would rather watch football, anything else on TV, rather than WWE itself right now. That's why wrestling is in the hole that it's in. It's because it's because of the fact that, people, like I said, the spectacle, people going into wrestling, especially like the peak that it was at, is because people, not just that the stars that they had built up, or the stars from outside of wrestling, outside of WWE. It's just that the stories that they had was just, it felt like it was bigger than life itself, and that's why people just going into WWE, back in those times, whether you want to talk about the Attitude Era, or the Golden Era, or Ruthless Conda, the Ruthless Aggression Era, is because those people. It's not just because they would just cut promos here and there and just wrestle. No, it's like the stories that was just out, that would go outside, and that stories that felt like that they would happen in everyday life. That grabbed their attention. That really, really just wanted them to keep watching more and more and more, and had even children, of course, just everybody talking about it. That's why Attitude Era is still talked about as much as it is today. It's because of how larger than life its characters, its stories, like what's going on that like millions would rather watch besides WWE. It's because nothing is interesting or entertaining going into it. I love Seth Rollins and everybody like that too, but you can get you can get your Finn Balor's, or your Damian Priest, your AJ Styles, or whoever like that. You can conjure them all up, but they're not like what story that they're in. Like I said, the whole thing with Dominic Mysterio going heel. Okay, but that could be actually a great thing that's going on too. They could be doing a lot more with that story, like get Dominic Mysterio, or to try to get his family to turn on Ray, and they could be like going into a lot more into that, and just Dominic just trying to just throw Ray off his mental game, and just trying to really get and sink his teeth really right into Ray. But it's like like I said, like promos are not just gonna do it. It's like you have to do a lot much more. But it's like, of course, with you have society today, and then you have obviously no creativity. WWE is being as lazy as it is. When you have companies like WWE, like Disney, that don't either they're a part of an agenda, or they just they don't feel like getting that type of creativity, because more so what they have is because they don't feel like lifting that extra finger or upsetting sponsors. And that's the whole thing of why it's just, honestly, you can have stories that's not obviously, like, you can have stories that's not offensive, and characters that don't really that really trigger people, but you could have them like really that's just really pique interest. And you can have stories. Obviously, you can have stories and characters that pique interest. I say he could be doing a lot more with the whole Dominic Mysterio going heel. Like, him just turning on his father isn't really going to do anything. I say you could try to go more deep into that, but they don't want to do that. That's why that is, I'm not really going into the Extreme Rules. I could care less about that, because you could say the same thing about AEW. What more different is WWE? Obviously they're still, because I would only say with the Roman Reigns. Obviously Roman Reigns, but I would only say with Sami Zayn, what they're doing with Sami Zayn being the honorary Uso, and him being in the bloodline. I would say that's the only good thing that's over AEW right now. But what different is them are they really doing from what different is WWE really doing from AEW? Because it's pretty much just the same thing. Only like they have like the better star power, of course, and they have a few stories that or characters that can that's just a little bit better than what AEW is putting out. Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey, yeah, that's definitely I would say I don't know like Bianca Belair and Bailey. That's a little better, but yeah, I would definitely say Liv Morgan. Yeah, obviously Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey. That's the weakest story on here. That's like the most generic, especially like yeah, you have when it comes to Liv Morgan being an underdog. I can't say how many times I've seen that already. So yeah, I could care less about what's. I mean, I kind of will. Obviously, I have to watch it just to talk about it, but yeah, I couldn't. That whole thing has just been generic itself. Really, not anything. I mean, yeah, I would say the only highlight from that is like Ronda Rousey showing heelish antics when it involving the contract signing and the way she well they do that all the time of where I don't even like it's just she's supposed to be like suspended. They didn't even really try to like go into that. So that was just seriously dumb how they tried to make that turn out. But yeah, that's just a really stupid shit. And like I said, I'm kinda I guess I'll definitely will watch Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins, but that's like I said, they could what they did with Seth Rollins and like I say even though it could be more so like whether it was when it was Seth Rollins and Edge, or either between them if they was fishing out ideas on how to make that story as entertaining and interesting as possible. But yeah, I thought this could have, especially like the background and the story and how personal the feud was at a time, between Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. They could have like absolutely they could have did a lot more with this also as well. But it's like they've been doing like fighting. They just been like fighting like week after week. They've been doing the same, just the battery, the bat and battery just over and over and over and over, and it's just oh my gosh, man. Talk about tedious, but like yeah, they just like they're like come on, man. I remember when they used to just like that right there. Like I said they could have like really like done much more to like to really make Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle, especially like really make Matt Riddle. I mean, he's already a favorite, of course, but what he's been doing with Randy Orton, but they could have like in a way just made him look a lot more just that fun to root for. But it's like, damn, it's like especially too because they love like the fighting. It's like just don't no matter where it is, but they love the brawling, and it's like that's all y'all can do is just get Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins to like how many times they've brawled. Well, but yeah, I'll definitely, obviously, I'll be interested in the match. I guess I'll be kind of interested to see it again. But yeah, just overall, that also has been a dud. But that's really a disappointment that they could have did there, especially considering the history between Seth and Matt Riddle. Yeah, they could have like really made this like seem like it was real. Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross. Besides, yeah, that's also been the same thing. Whether it's just been them brawling and just like just trying to I guess trumpet over each other. I mean, yeah, they like with this one. I feel like they could have done this obviously, especially with Karrion Kross coming back. They could have made him feel like a much more towering, really threatening figure. He could have like really, they could have really made him feel much more dangerous than he already is. And yes, like I mean, yeah, much as Triple H loved his guys, I mean, yeah, he could have really made Karrion Kross stand out here more. But I mean, obviously, yeah, you have the like the WWE, the basic WWE 101. Yeah, it's just been brawling, and I haven't really cared about that also because that really that's been going on. Nothing in that story. Couldn't care less. But I guess I'll a strap match with it, like a strap match. I can't believe they're still doing these type of matches, especially Extreme Rules. But I mean, you could have made it like a last man standing. That would have been really good. But a strap, oh man, yeah, I'll just they could have made that. They could have made this a last standing match. A strap match, that's just straight up weird, and just it doesn't seem like it's gonna be kind of like fun at all. Probably gonna do like what are they? Yeah, they're just gonna be, especially when they get the strap anyway. They'll probably just be throwing clotheslines at each other and just trying to like that's gonna be boring. But yeah, so he should have made this a last standing match. Don't get why they. I don't get the whole structure of the strap match, or like just why they're still doing it to begin with. But I mean, it's not like it's not like it's going anywhere now. Okay, Bianca Belair and Bailey. I said like, especially with the whole thing that they've been doing with the control. I was like, he could be doing a lot more. Like you could have them be trying to build up, and them really trying to give purpose, and break out from around Dakota and Io Sky's character. They could that could be really be going from something to there. Yeah, my apologies for this because it's probably going to be like yeah, just a little bit long because I just want to go into depth. But yeah, it's yeah, that's another story that's just, especially with the whole damage control thing. Just why are you just, especially with AEW too? Like, do what, especially what the Acclaim are doing. Like, they're not just a tag team just because you need a tag team and you need tag teams in that division. No, they're like, their tag team makes sense. They mesh well together, and they have catchphrases. They have a lot of things going for them right now, and they're over. So it's like, yeah, the damage control. Obviously, there were Dakota. I mean, because they probably like or because I know Dakota looks up to Bailey, I guess. But yeah, it kind of looks like her too, like a sister. But like the whole damage control thing is just, besides from them attacking, there's nothing about them that screams like one of the best things that's going on right now, or there's nothing really catching steam. They're not really doing anything besides the 2 months that they've been a staple, that whether it's attacking or just the basic 1-on-1. They're like who cares about the control right now besides whoever's fans, the indie fans or Bailey fans. Like, yeah, I did, yeah, like just, yeah, that's but I still definitely kind of will definitely be marking out during this, or because I really like that. That was their match. Bianca and Bailey's match was just it was extremely good. That was awesome with the match. Get the match that they had at Hell in a Cell. Yeah, that was awesome to watch. Yeah, Edge and Finn Balor. The whole thing with Edge and Judgment Day. That's been boring. Also generic. That didn't. Nothing to stand out going from that. Like I said, with the whole Dominic going heel and joining Judgment Day, they could be doing a lot more with that. But yeah, it's been pretty basic and boring, and I'm just playing. Yeah, I'm a heel and I'm gonna try to do heel things. It's just like I said, he could be like, for Dom to just truly get over and to be despised and everything. They could be really doing like him trying to turn his family against Ray, or his sister. Yeah, just like some people in the Mysterio family. Like, yeah, that's like I said, they could be really trying to just put this, like, get Dom over as a heel, or just Judgment. I mean, Judgment Day fell apart. That's been trash. Obviously, yeah, Finn Balor. I mean, I kind of like Damian Priest at first, but no, I mean, there's nothing about him that really grabs or interests me, or really give a shit about what's going on but with him right now. But yeah, like I said, that whole thing has been boring, like just like Judgment Day. So yeah, could care less about what's going on with that. And I mean, I said it is a good thing because you have like the whole David and Goliath feel. You know, you have monster against bear against lion. The whole just a spectacle of monsters just battling. So Sheamus and Gunther, but now it's I guess I could say I'll look forward because I kind of like their match at what was it? I like their match that they had at the last pay per view, Clash at the Castle. So yeah, I guess hopefully this match is good between Sheamus and his brutes, and I guess the Imperium, Gunther Imperium. So yeah, here's to hoping that's good. But yeah, the overall Extreme Rules, just in general, when it comes like the overall theme, like there's nothing that besides he hasn't made WWE better as much as now. Like nothing has gotten better. It's if none, it's gotten more tedious and boring, and just overall together, just not wanting to be. Yeah, it's like, I would say more. Yeah, just overall more worse. Because you could be doing, like I said, like obviously you can't like go back to what, like especially when it comes to society, because you have the snowflakes, especially like the hog, the loser hog that live on Twitter all day. So yeah, but it's not like you could have like obviously like come on, it's not like you could have stories and characters that's still like Sami Zayn that can still be entertaining and like get more people invested and interested and wanting to care more about it. But yeah, there's nothing on this card. There's nothing that's been going on the last 2 months that have me interested into wanting to go into Extreme Rules. Now, like I could care less about. I can miss it if I if I didn't exist on YouTube at all. I wouldn't care about Extreme Rules all to begin with, and I damn sure wouldn't care about Triple H, being the leader now of WWE, because his WWE, if not worse, is even more trash or just lifeless than Vince McMahon when he was at the top. Like, I mean, he still is in charge, but yeah, it's like I have good for you if you're if you have like going into, because I'm here to tell the truth, and I'm here to tell it like it is. Even with Triple H in charge, like I said, I've been pretty vocal about Triple H, whether the past month or these like weeks, and I'm sure y'all heard that. I'm not a fan. I haven't been a fan. I haven't cared about whether it's Triple H and his WWE, like him being the leader of WWE. I haven't, because they haven't made me care about what's going on right now, and it all sucks. It's all boring. Nothing about it is interesting. There's nothing going on right now that wants me to tune in or be interested in WWE. But yeah, that's Extreme Rules, and I wanted to talk about that, and I guess I'll see y'all much later on. Hopefully you enjoyed Raw tonight, or if y'all, or just it's good for y'all if y'all like what's going on right now. But I'm telling it like it is. If you agree or if you don't, You know, that's fine with me all the same. But stay blessed, and I'll see y'all later.